It's a new day. The old is gone away. It's a new day. We know we have been changed. And now we can sing. You restore all things. It's a new day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a new day.
Thank you for inviting me into your homes, your offices, your salons, wherever I am on your screen right now. God richly bless you. The name of the program is New Beginning. Now, New Beginning, simple and short, is a program that is designed to minister into your lives, to encourage you, to inspire you in your walk with God. And no matter where you are in life, God has a very new beginning waiting for you. And even if you know Him, the level that you are is going to take you to the next, a new level, which is greater than where you are right now. So that is the whole essence of this program. Now, every week, we'll be bringing you various people from all walks of lives. And the stories they're going to tell you, I believe, is going to encourage you in your walk with Christ. So please, you know what? Do not watch it alone. Call a friend, to call a friend, to call a friend. Stay tuned. Sitting across right in front of me is a brother. He's the one who actually inspired me. So I said the maiden edition of the program, I'll get him to tell his life story. And I know when you hear the story, your life will never be the same. Who is this brother? Well, for most of you who don't know, he's an actor. He's been around for a long time. I actually met him on set way back when we were both skinny. We were both skinny like rather they put us as more flesh. Back in the days, I was a cameraman on that production, the DOP. It was called LNG, ladies and gentlemen. And he was, I believe, the most popular character in that production. It was called Grandpa. No, I won't tell you his real name. He'll say it himself. So, Grandpa.
If you don't know my name, tell me that.
Do the greetings.
You remember? Ages ago.
Charlie, Timo, welcome.
What's
I call him Timo, but he tells his real name. Me, I don't call him. That name is long. Charlie, I know one of the the difficulties you have is sticking to the proper English, because me then you want
PG speak, Charlie. I know.
Okay, Timo.
Yes, sir.
So for the benefit of those who don't know you,
Yeah.
if you don't know him, you are a stranger in Ghana.
Well, a lot of people don't know.
You should know him by now.
No.
So in a nutshell, who is Timothy Bentum?
Well, I'm a young man who loves Jesus. I like to be referred to as somebody who is on fire for God, and I think that no matter what I say and describing who I am, baseline is Timothy loves Jesus, and that's what's important. Everything else is secondary.
Let's flashback. First time on set, well, when I met you on set was, I think, some 7-8 years ago.
Thereabouts.
LNG days.
Yeah.
Was that your first production, or back in the days you were doing something?
That was my first series. I had been doing TV marketing in Metro for 4 years, 2000, 2004.
Sure. You've been in the game for a long time.
Charlie.
So roughly how long you know?
Man must eat. If you look at it, it's about 13
years. When you?
Been around. Very small.
Ah,
Exactly.
So if you can recollect, you
Yeah.
said also, but how many movies have you shot since then?
Oh, not very many. Almost 30. 24, 25, thereabouts.
Not very many, almost 30.
People have 75 and 85. You're still
anyway, it's true, because if we do JWA part 1 to 4,
that alone is 14 movies right there. All right, I think that's
Charlie is good.
hilarious.
It's good.
Yeah.
But how do you get into acting anyway?
I got to acting. A friend of mine, you know Eddie, right? Yes, I didn't have to go through an audition or anything. He just came to me and said, "Yeah, this role is you." So That's your road, do it.
I beg you, sir. You know, make I...
Oh, where you go? This place is for the ladies. You know.
I know, massa, but the way my lizard they react right now, I go fit lose gas, start spray the whole compound, boss. I beg you. I don't go chop 2 minutes, sir. You go feel hold my phone, safe. I don't go chop 2 minutes. Call. I get you meet for talk. Call your girlfriend, your sister, your mother. I make I just go piss. Come, I beg you. I beg you, sir.
Come here. Where you go? Make fast.
Yes, sir.
I don't want trouble.
Yes, sir.
Make you use the back door for no enter inside. You hear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This guy tricked me.
I mean, after the scene, people were like, so I guess that just, propelled it on and on and on and on.
Grandpa.
Stayed on that. That's what's up.
So let's go to grandpa days. Okay, I think now what I'm going to do is that I know there was some time before the grandpa days,
Yeah.
and then the Timo days.
Exactly.
So let's go to even before the grandpa days.
Yeah.
How was life like back in the days?
Those days were days of extreme indulgence, where we did a lot of indulgence. We indulged in a lot of things, a lot of weed, a lot of booze, a lot of cocaine, a lot of girls, a lot of, all sorts of stuff. And I used to say, every time I speak, I say, show me a vice that I have not done, then it's not a vice. Because I think I've done it all. Everything. And those days were the peak, just about the peak, penultimate.
Which
almost
year was
there.
that? Roughly?
Between 97 and 2004. Those 7 years were like real, packed and real. I would say the indulgence was deep. That's the best word, for want of a better word. Deep. The indulgence was deep. Those were the times when you would go to a ghetto and scatter go happen, and they will catch you, to go slap you and things, and take you home, and they have to pay, and all those. Deep stuff, and some gala for somewhere. All those. They were pretty deep indulgences that went on, and I won't talk about Jesus now, but the kinds of things that went on. Every time I sit back and I look at the things I've done, there had to be something, because people go into these things and either get HIV or get so hooked onto the drugs they can't stop, or they become thieves and they're beaten to a pulp, or and I did some stealing, and all that small just to feed the habit. And it's now that I sit back, it had to be God. There had to be a divine factor that was waiting for me to come out of it, and so was guiding me from getting into like very deep stuff that would keep me there. So the devil meant it for evil, but like the Bible says, God turned it around for good. Yeah.
What led you to that lifestyle?
What led me into that? I think I was just adventurous. I was a very adventurous young man, and I started smoking at the age of 13.
13.
Who
Who taught you how to smoke?
I was in school, and I was the president of my drama and debates club in school. And the first day we went to do a play. There was a young man, I won't mention his name. He said, let's take some, just to give us the whatever in front of the crowd, so you don't have stage fright or you don't cower when the lights come on and all that. So we went to the bush and we, smoked some weed. I was 13. I went to Form 1 when I was 11. So at 13, I was in Form 3. But I guess I speak well, so I became the president of the Drama and Debates Club. And the first play we did, with me inclusive, that's when the weed started. And so we went, did the weed, and came. I don't know how the play went. But God, I was so hungry, it was not funny. I went out there, I don't know what happened. I went back to the dormitory, we ate, and then I slept. And so that's how it started. After that, it was, Charlie Timo, with a go, and then you go with them, and, So it's the whole adventure, the whole wanting to know what's in there. But yeah. That's how I started.
Okay, so you started from the weed at age 13,
Yeah.
and then graduated from that to what?
Yeah. After I did my O level in weed smoking, I graduated to what do you call it? Doing drugs. You know, all the drugs. I mean, Thai white, brown, the cocaine itself. You know, and I think I moved into a new hood, and there was a young man who lived across the road from my house. So we went on the beach once, and I, went to grab a smoke, and then he said, "There's something better than this," So we went in there. He took a hit. I took a hit. The first buzz was good, and very hot. So I thought, well, let's try another one, Try another one. And I didn't have money. I said, could you give me some money when I go home? I'll give it to you. Another one. And so for me, the first week was just way too much. And I started having medical implications. And I remember then I had just come to Metro. And I remember once when I came from work, I went to buy some weed and, put it all together, got a few sticks of cigarettes, went down to the bar in my area to get, 2 gin, 1 lime to sort yourself out. I got a 2 gin, 1 lime. I was on my way home. My tummy just started to hurt like uncontrollably. So this is me bent over by the road and I'm vomiting blood. I'm telling you. So I try, slowly, and I get home. When I get home, I was living with my friend. I get home, he's like, "You're in trouble. We have to take you to the hospital now." So we go to the hospital, and the hospital was like two buildings from where we were living. So we went there, and the woman was giving me, I didn't know that, they told me later. She was just giving me a lot of trisilicate to drink. And my friend thought, hey, that's not right. Dude is like going in and out, blacking out and coming back to, blacking out and coming to. So he called my auntie, and they came and rushed me to the Chimota hospital, put me in an ambulance. The hospital said, no, this is like severe. They put me in an ambulance, rushed me to Kolebu. I got there, the doctor looked me in the eye. He said, son, listen to me. I'm going in there in that theater with you. I'm going to cut you up. If I cut you up, I'll fix you. If you go back and you go and smoke and drink and all the nonsense you do, they'll bring you back again and I'll cut you up again. You might survive now. You never know what's going to happen the next time you walk through these doors. And so I said, okay. So my sister and my girlfriend, of course, those who are crying were crying. Those who were, went in there, came out, a new man, lay there in a hospital. I remember hearing a few messages. It's strange when people are in hospitals, all the radios are on gospel stations, and you're thinking, okay, these people, when they leave here, will they still listen to these gospel stations? They don't. Okay, so I was hearing a lot of stuff, and I remember praying along with the pastor, asking God to forgive me and all that. I got home, I was a preacher for 3 months. After 3 months, down the drain, it was bad. I just went all the way back. And so it's so true what Jesus says about a man's state, that when the demons are sent out of a man, he goes and he comes back and he finds that the place is all clean and ready. He goes for 7 spirits stronger than himself. And so the man's case is worse than it was. And I think that was exactly what happened to me.